Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Classified Captures. Steve here, and today we've got a wild lineup of clips ranging from bizarre UFO sightings to never-before-seen footage of cryptids that will blow your mind. Ready? Let's dive right in then. Right off the bat, we start with something Aaron, our in-house conspiracy theorist, has been dying for you to see. Oh, not literally, but you get the idea. Not sure if you noticed it, but if you were paying attention to the capture, a dark gray cloud, or at least something that looks like it descended from the sky towards the car before changing direction and moving towards the woods. The individual who uploaded this clip online believes it may be some paranormal entity, but after watching the clip for a while, well, I'm not exactly sure if that's what we're dealing with here. Julius, our in-house science whiz, believes it's poor video editing based on how the thing looks, and some members of the team, well, aren't having it. Let's just say the team is divided on what this might be. You've seen the clip. What do you think we're dealing with here? Let's hear your thoughts in the comment section. Still looking to the skies, we've got this capture that set members of the paranormal community up in arms against each other. Do you have any idea of what this is or what we're looking at? No? Well, the individual who shared this clip allegedly came across the site one evening. He looked up and saw some weird figures flying in the sky. Worried and a little bit confused, he started to record, hoping to capture enough evidence of what he had seen. The evidence is what you see on your screens, and everyone who's seen it believes he might be dealing with a gargoyle or something along those lines. Looking at it, at first glance, well, I thought so too, but after watching it over and over, I noticed something odd about the clip. The wings of the creature, they don't flap in a natural way. Don't come at me here, okay? But it's almost as though the whole thing is CGI and not necessarily real. I know I sound like a Julius right now, but let's hear what you guys think about the whole thing. Do you think the government is spying on us? Well, the one who uploaded this clip certainly believes so and thinks they're using more advanced technology to do so. Confused by what I'm saying? Pay attention to this clip. Did you notice it? The bird's flashing blue, and that's certainly not normal. He thinks those flashes are due to the fact that the bird is actually not a biological being, but a technological creation. He also insists that even if it's not all technology, then it's a hybrid. You know, like an animal cyborg, an unholy marriage between technology and biology. Okay, I digress. Back to the footage. Do you have a logical explanation for the blue flashes that we're seeing, or do you go with the idea of the original poster? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments section. When this clip started to play, I started to hear horror music from all those clips I watched late at night when I was supposed to be sleeping. Let's just say I started to feel like that thing on the screen was in the room with me. That's at least the case till I noticed its legs disappearing in the glass with each step it took. Once I noticed that minute detail, it became AI in the driver's seat of this clip, and every fear I had of it disappeared. Suppose this was not AI, which I definitely believe it is. How would you have handled something like this coming out of your car? Do you notice anything odd and unusual about this clip? Anything at all? No? Well, those clouds don't look normal, do they? If it was just one, I could think of pareidolia or some other odd coincidence, but take a look at how they're consistently spaced across the sky. It's almost as though they're in some sort of formation or have been organized to be like that. The more I thought about the capture, the more I felt these things looked like UFOs. Aaron shared the same view, and once he was told it was captured in Mexico, he was certain that it had to be the case. He thinks they may be saucers cloaked as clouds and hiding. Well, you've seen the clip, so what do you also think? Speaking of clouds, would you believe me if I told you it once rained on our planet for at least 1 million years? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, it actually did happen and was known as the Carnian pluvial event. It occurred 232 to 234 million years ago during the late Triassic, a period of intense and prolonged rainfall lasting 1 to 2 million years, triggered by massive volcanic eruptions in modern-day Alaska and British Columbia. These eruptions released vast amounts of greenhouse gases, warming the planet and intensifying monsoon conditions. The resulting environmental upheaval caused mass extinctions, particularly among marine species and early reptiles, while reshaping ecosystems. However, this catastrophic event also created opportunities for new life forms, paving the way for the rise of dinosaurs, modern conifers, and other terrestrial species, fundamentally transforming Earth's biodiversity. What would happen if this happened in our day? Well, it would cause catastrophic flooding, mass extinctions, and global ecosystem collapse. Massive volcanic eruptions would accelerate warming, disrupt weather patterns, destroy habitats, and deplete ocean oxygen, devastating marine life. Human infrastructure, agriculture, and public health would face unprecedented challenges, straining resources and forcing mass migrations. It may even lead to extinction, but that's enough hypothesizing for today. We all don't want a future where the Earth's flooded. Well, let's move on to the next clip. Watch this clip for a few seconds and you tell me what's wrong with it. Have you noticed it yet? If you have, kindly type it in the comments section. If you haven't been paying attention to the head of the passenger behind the bike, do you see it? There's actually no head. That's not possible, right? Well, that's what the writer thought, and that's why he began filming. If it was a trick of the light, the head would at least have become visible at some points before going invisible again, but that's not what we see here. The last time I saw a headless person riding, it was nearly Headless Nick from the Harry Potter series. We have an explanation for that one, though. It was not real, it's a movie. So how do we reconcile what you're seeing currently? Anyone care to help? Have you ever seen the end of a rainbow? No? Well, watch this clip.
It's hitting us!
Yep, it does look like the end of a rainbow, doesn't it? Does such a thing exist, though? Julius had answered this question for us before, and I just forgot the answer. Rather than go back to him to explain again, I decided to ask GPT for help, and GPT had a lot to say. According to ChatGPT, clips showing people appearing near the end of a rainbow are fascinating but can be explained by the way rainbows work. These instances usually occur when the observer is close to the mist or water droplets, creating rainbows such as near a waterfall or fountain or during light rain. In these cases, the rainbow might appear to touch the ground or seem within reach, giving the illusion of standing near its end. When we look at the clip, it looks like they might be near a waterfall, as we can hear water crashing into what they're filming from a height. If that's true, then there's no real end of a rainbow. That's a bummer when you think about it.
It's hitting us!
What the hell is that? Did you see that?
It's going around.
Next, we've got this clip from a man who captured something strange in the sky during sundown. Among the clouds was a mysterious, perfectly round object glowing with an intense luminous orange light. The sphere seemed to hover in the blue sky, its brilliance standing out against the fading sunlight. It wasn't the sun, as sunset was happening on the horizon, nor could it be the moon due to its size and color. What could this glowing sphere be? Could it be a rare atmospheric phenomenon like ball lightning or sundog? Or could it be something entirely different, possibly even unexplained? What are your thoughts on this?
What the hell is that? Did you see that?
It's going around.
Really hard to see. It's all clouds too.
There's a lot of talk about conspiracies surrounding secret agencies allegedly creating artificial weather like fake suns, clouds, and even rain. Let's examine this footage. A man noticed an unusual patch of cloud hovering over a body of water. At first glance, the cloud seemed suspiciously low, much closer to the water's surface than typical clouds. Then something remarkable occurred. From the side of the cloud, there appeared to be an emission of more clouds, almost as if the original cloud was actively producing additional ones, making it grow in size. Could this be a naturally occurring phenomenon like mist or fog interacting with atmospheric conditions, or are we looking at evidence of weather manipulation? Aaron thinks it's a UFO, but let's hear your thoughts on it too.
Really hard to see. It's all clouds too.
The Whoa.
What is that?
Here we have a peculiar sighting captured by a resident in the middle of the night. The footage shows an oddly shaped object in the sky. What makes this sight especially bizarre is the object doesn't appear tangible. It looks more like a beam of light shaped like some sort of missile or elongated form, though it's hard to define exactly what it is. What stands out is the pulsing light within it, giving the impression of energy moving or shifting within the structure. It's difficult to determine if this is a solid object or some kind of energy phenomenon. Some suggest it could be a plasma formation, an unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UAP for short, or even some kind of experimental technology. But what do you think this could be?
The Whoa.
What is that?
Here we have some intriguing footage captured by a hiker in the woods. While exploring, the hiker began taking pictures and videos of the surrounding area. As he was panning the camera, he noticed something unusual. A large dog-furred creature appeared to be trying to hide behind a small pile of broken branches. What's eerie about the footage is that the creature was clearly staring at him, and as soon as it noticed the attention, it partially hid its face behind the wood. According to the hiker, the creature had an animalistic face, but there was an undeniable hint of something human in its features as well. Could this be actual evidence of Bigfoot lurking in the woods? Let's hear your thoughts.
Jesus, fuck, watch out.
A man's dashcam captured something truly bizarre while he was driving. The footage shows a white car in front of him taking a left turn when out of nowhere, this happened. A black car suddenly appeared and collided with the white car, completely wrecking its hood. Take a closer look at the footage. There is no sign of the black car anywhere beforehand, and then in just a few seconds it materializes and crashes into the white car. What could be going on here? Is this some kind of ghost car? Could it be a glitch in reality, a phenomenon tied to a parallel universe, or simply a trick of perception caused by an unseen angle in the footage? What are your thoughts on it?
Jesus, fuck, watch out.
Probably the
What is that?
super frustrated people. Maldakian. Might be the super people, Maldakian. It's holding its position straight up and down.
It's one straight up and down and staying that way.
This footage comes from Sequoia National Park, where visitors noticed something truly peculiar floating in the sky. The object appeared to have a humanoid shape glowing with an otherworldly light. What's even stranger is that it seemed to be slowly rotating with its arms outstretched and one leg visible. The figure remained suspended in the sky, motionless. Many are speculating this is an alien being casually hovering above Earth, or perhaps a new type of drone or experimental technology. Whatever it is, the eerie glow and unusual shape makes it difficult to explain away. What do you think this strange entity could be?
Probably the
What is that?
super frustrated people. Maldakian. Might be the super people, Maldakian. It's holding its position straight up and down.
It's one straight up and down and staying that way.
A couple hiking at Mount St. Helens in Washington encountered a chilling experience deep in the woods. They were walking along a path surrounded by towering trees, and they suddenly became the targets of rocks being hurled in their direction. They immediately decided to retreat, but not before the husband snapped a few pictures, hoping to identify the source of the attack. When reviewing the images, the couple found something shocking. Hidden among the trees on the left side of the trail was a massive figure crouched low behind some plants. The creature appeared to have a domed head, broad shoulders, and a muscular frame. Its imposing size and stance made it clear this wasn't an ordinary animal. Given the location and the aggressive behavior, some speculate this might have been a Bigfoot defending its territory. The photos, though grainy and distant, undeniably show a figure that doesn't match any known wildlife in the area. It's been a while since we've seen footage claiming to capture a Matrix glitch, but take a look at this one. A family was out for a drive when they noticed something bizarre in the sky above a tall building. It was an airplane, but it wasn't moving. The craft was completely frozen in mid-air as if suspended in time. Even as the family drove beneath it and continued past, the plane remained stationary in the sky, not showing any signs of motion. What could explain this strange phenomenon? Is it truly a matrix glitch, or could it be an optical illusion, a rare atmospheric condition, or something else entirely? What's your take on this? In July 2024, a man walking late at night in Bern, Switzerland, captured peculiar footage that has left many viewers, including some members of my team, puzzled. The video shows a strange bright tubular light moving across the sky, constantly shifting its shape. The object seemed to defy explanation, neither resembling a projection, orb, or firework. Its motion appeared deliberate, yet entirely enigmatic. What makes this sighting even more baffling is the absence of any known technology or atmospheric phenomenon that could explain its behavior. Could this be an extraterrestrial craft, an unidentified natural phenomenon, or something else entirely? A woman shared a chilling post on social media, accompanied by images of a bizarre discovery she made in the woods. Hanging from a tree branch, she spotted what appeared to be the dried remains of a small chicken. The head was perched on the branch while the rest of the body dangled below. A peculiar figure measured about 5 inches in length. So she took several pictures and then set a camera down to get a closer look. But when she turned back, the strange thing had vanished without a trace. To make things even stranger, she revealed that upon closer inspection, it wasn't a bird at all. The figure was constructed from tree bark and twigs, yet its eerie resemblance to a chicken was uncanny. This raises unsettling questions. Was it some sort of ritual object or voodoo doll meant to convey a sinister message? Or could it have been an elaborate prank or even a natural phenomenon with an eerie twist? What do you think this could have been, and how did it disappear so suddenly? A man was out by the water's edge when he captured something extraordinary swimming by. The footage shows a figure with long black hair and a shimmering fish-like tail moving gracefully through the water. The creature appeared unaware of the man sitting nearby, gliding away as though it belonged to another realm entirely. Could this be a mermaid? While mermaids are often dismissed as mythical beings from fairy tales, recent encounters and sightings from around the world have reignited debates about their existence. With so many accounts surfacing, it's hard not to wonder if there could be some truth to these age-old legends. What are your thoughts? An observer out in the mountains captured these 2 glowing red orbs floating across the sky. The footage is strikingly clear, with the red light of the orbs even reflecting off the mountain below. These orbs appeared to be moving deliberately, almost as if they were surveying the area. What makes this sighting even more compelling is the clarity of the footage. Unlike the usually blurry or shaky videos, this one seems difficult to dismiss or attribute to hoaxes. But what could these orbs be? No one's sure, and everyone's just speculating. Are we looking at a genuine UFO encounter, or is there another, perhaps more terrestrial explanation for these mysterious red lights? What do you think? While we may not fully understand or communicate with animals, it's clear that they are far from clueless, and this footage is proof. A woman captured a fascinating moment when a magpie demonstrated remarkable intelligence and ingenuity. The bird was interacting with a small fire on the jungle ground. The magpie would peck at the fire, picking up embers or small flames with its beak, then carefully using the heat to burn fleas and insects from its feathers. It was as though the bird had discovered a natural tool to solve the problem. This incredible moment serves as a reminder of how animals often exhibit intelligence in ways we might not expect. Tucker Carlson recently shared a chilling account that has left many talking. He claims to have been attacked by a demon in the middle of the night, describing it as an unseen force that left claw marks on his body. Stories like these aren't new. Across the world, various cultures have long spoken of malevolent entities or demonic forces that interact with humans. Some dismiss these encounters as sleep paralysis or psychological phenomenon, but others believe they're evidence of something beyond our understanding. What's striking is that Tucker Carlson is a well-known public figure, which makes his account somewhat credible. Could there really be unseen forces at work, or is there another explanation for these mysterious events? Here we have another piece of remarkably clear footage of a UFO reportedly captured in Mexico. The craft is distinctly disc-shaped with lights running around its perimeter. What makes this footage even more intriguing is what happens next. After hovering for a while, the craft begins to emit beams of light down on the ground, blinking on and off in an almost rhythmic pattern. Its shiny, reflective exterior is visible. Could this be the long-awaited evidence of extraterrestrial technology, or could it be an elaborate hoax with advanced CGI? What do you think? Your idea of walking stick might change when you see the next clip I've got to show you. Yup, that's a walking stick, an actual fully grown stick or branch or branches of a tree walking. As much as I would love to see this and interact with this, I do not need to be science whiz to know this clip is certainly doctored. Everything about it screams edited, and the fact that we don't get to see it in full frame and the right part is cut off validates this assumption of mine. But what do you guys think, though? Have you ever seen a stick walking, or is this just someone attempting to have their 5 minutes of fame? This eerie footage comes straight out of Jaipur, where a burning car on the streets has left people stunned. The passengers had already been rescued, leaving the car engulfed in flames. But then, something chilling happens. The blazing car starts moving on its own. It rolls steadily down the street as though someone were behind the wheel. flames roaring all the while. The sight sent people running for cover and nearby vehicles scrambling to clear the path. What's even stranger is how controlled its movement seemed, almost deliberate, before it finally came to a halt. Locals have since dubbed it the haunted burning car. But was it really haunted, or could there be a more grounded explanation? Could the heat have affected the gears, or did gravity play a role? Still, the way it moved so steadily makes you wonder. Back in 1951, William Albee introduced a groundbreaking invention that revolutionized the concept of vehicle safety and mobility. Behold, the Roligan tires. These innovative tires were designed with low-pressure technology which evenly distributed the vehicle's weight, making them incredibly versatile. They could traverse virtually any terrain with ease, from soft sand to rugged surfaces. What made them truly remarkable, however, was their ability to move over fragile objects or even humans without causing harm. The genius of the Roligan tire lay in its ability to cushion the weight of heavy vehicles, ensuring that whatever was beneath it remained intact. While these tires never became mainstream, their design demonstrated incredible potential for improving safety and adaptability in vehicles. Late one night, a man was driving home and decided to take a shortcut along a secluded path. As he navigated the dimly lit road, something in the distance caught his eye, forcing him to stop the car abruptly. Leaving his headlights on, he began recording what unfolded before him. The video reveals a man lying flat on his back in the middle of the path, his body shifting slightly to indicate he was alive. Looming over him was a dark, towering figure that defied easy explanation. Its movements were deliberate, yet strange, its form unsettlingly human. The creature was like a dark shadow that didn't resemble any known animal or person. What's even eerier is that it seemed completely unfazed by the car's presence, continuing to move around the person on the ground. The man in the car was frozen by the bizarre sight and made no move to intervene. What could this possibly be? A man was out fishing in calm waters when his line suddenly snagged onto something big. Excited, he began reeling it in, but midway through, whatever was on the other end started to thrash violently, causing a stir in the water. As he kept pulling, the creature's lower half emerged briefly from the surface. What he hooked was not your average fish. It looked like a massive catfish. The sheer size of this creature was jaw-dropping, far larger than what you'd expect from the usual catch. The struggle continued as the beast aggressively wiggled, resisting the incredible force. We don't get to see the final thing, but what do you think this is? A woman came home from work ready to unwind when she was greeted by something chilling. As she stepped into her apartment, she noticed the head and arm of what appeared to be a child sticking out from behind the wall near the corner of the doorway. She quickly rushed over to check, but when she looked behind the wall, there was nothing there. What makes this even more unsettling is that she lives alone. The footage does not appear to be edited, adding to the eerie authenticity of the encounter. Understandably, she was deeply shaken. A child seemingly appearing and vanishing in her apartment is enough to make anyone question reality. The big question remains, was this an entity manifesting as a child, or could it be the spirit of an actual child? Moving back to the subject of unidentified flying objects, what do you think this is? The individual who uploaded this on our Paranormal platform did not include the location of the filming, but, according to him, they didn't look like human crafts. By the time they could get their camera out to record, whatever these things were already too far away. They sought answers from the Air Force, and they were told that it was a visiting unit. They also added that they were typically drop flares during their exercises over water. If you compare the second shot showing on your right currently, you'll notice that the flares they deployed during their exercises are slightly different from the ones we see in our original footage. Am I just seeing things, or do we really have a reason to doubt the information from the Air Force? I'll leave you to decide that.
Bueno, pues ya nos quedamos un rato aquí esperando y efectivamente se empieza a escuchar como si viniera de acá, de lo lejos, y no se ve nada, o sea, no hay nada, no viene nada, y se escucha.
In Santa Rosa, there's a fascinating phenomenon known as the ghost train. Over the years, many have claimed to have witnessed it, and curious thrill seekers often visit the area to experience it firsthand. It's said that at exactly 10 p.m., if you're near the tracks, you'll hear the unmistakable sounds of a train passing by, its horn blaring and wheels screeching against the rails. Yet, when you look, there's no physical train in sight. This woman decided to test this eerie claim and captured something astonishing. In her footage, you can clearly hear the train sounds, but when you look closely, it's as if an invisible train is moving through the area, its presence hinted at by subtle disturbances and eerie reflections. This phenomenon is both chilling and intriguing. Is it the residual energy of a train that once traveled these tracks, or could it be an echo of the past playing on a loop in time? Have you ever experienced something like this? And if you've been to Santa Rosa, did you witness the ghost train yourself?
Se escucha. Creí que era mentira, veamos, no hay nada, no hay nada. What is that? It's over there.
This footage, captured years ago, has left many viewers amazed and perplexed. A woman and a partner were inside a lift, seemingly enjoying a day out, taking pictures and videos of the surrounding skyscrapers. Everything appeared normal until their camera panned toward one of the towering buildings, inadvertently capturing something extraordinary. A flat, disc-like craft appeared in the frame, hovering near the building. In just a few seconds, it zipped across their view at incredible speed, moving from one side of the skyline to the other, faster than anything we know in modern aviation. Finally, it disappeared entirely, vanishing into the distance. This footage has been hailed by many as one of the most compelling pieces of UFO evidence ever captured. The speed, agility, and lack of visible propulsion systems suggests something far beyond our current technological capabilities. What do you think?
What is that? It's over there.
A hiker was capturing the beauty of his surroundings on camera, enjoying the peaceful silence that surrounds him when out of the blue, a creature emerges from the shadows. At first, he's startled, but soon that surprise and shock becomes nothing more than fear. It was the majestic mountain lion. Its piercing gaze is filled with curiosity. The camera keeps rolling, capturing a breathtaking encounter. You'd think after being discovered the mountain lion would leave, but no, it didn't. Instead, it attacked and tried to get the upper hand over the man. Thankfully, though, the man in question knew who and what he was dealing with. He started making loud noises and making himself big, which scared the animal off. If you were ever in a pinch with a mountain lion, you should do the same. Turning your back and running may just be the last thing that you do. This security footage might have captured a paranormal encounter. In the footage, you can see a floating light. The light looks like a horizontal arrangement of many light orbs. The orbs float from one side to the other. They are natural explanations for unusual light formations, such as camera glitches, atmospheric conditions, or even insects or dust particles reflecting light. The behavior of these orbs can sometimes be influenced by factors like wind, temperature, and lighting conditions. While some may quickly attribute such occurrences to the paranormal, what do you think this is? Under the vast canvas of the Chinese sky, a breathtaking spectacle unfolded, a sight that seemed to be taken from the realms of myth and fantasy. High above, silhouetted against the celestial expanse, figures with wings graced the heavens. In the cultural language, these ethereal beings are often described as angels, messengers from the celestial realms. The sheer beauty of the scene prompts contemplation of its significance. Does this celestial display carry a deeper meaning? Cultural interpretations may vary from the mystical and the supernatural to artistic and symbolic expressions. Amidst laughter and splashes, we see two friends enjoying what looks like a carefree moment in the pool. Little did they know an unexpected guest would make its presence felt. As the camera rolled, capturing the joyous occasion, an ordinary chair in the background seemingly defied the laws of physics. It moved on its own, triggering an immediate shift in the atmosphere. The startled gazes of the two friends betrayed a mix of surprise and fear as they confronted the unexplained movement. The chair's spontaneous shift, unaided by any visible force, left the possibility of a ghostly presence lingering in the air. In the serene ambience of the poolside, an encounter with the supernatural added an eerie twist to their otherwise lighthearted day. What would you have done in this situation? I know we have seen strange things on this channel, but brace yourself for this next one. This puzzling creature presents a terrifying spectacle, akin to a gruesome hybrid born of unholy matrimony between a pangolin and a wolf. I mean, how else can you explain what you see? What's more, the capture unfolds in a sinister, dimly lit location, evoking the shadowy depths of a malefic underworld. What nightmarish entity could have spawned this abomination, and what unspeakable horrors does it portend? Is this real, or is it basically AI generated? Share your thoughts with me in the comments section. On that note, if you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now before I send that creature after you. On a more serious note, it really helps out a ton and gives us the opportunity to keep making these videos for you. So please do so and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you very much. This strange-looking creature had crept into the homes of villagers. It possesses a peculiar appearance that immediately sets it apart from the typical denizens of the nearby wilds. Its hairless body, dark eyes, and the presence of a long tail capped with a small tuft of hair all combine to create a striking image that bore an uncanny resemblance to a monkey. However, the creature's hairless condition raises questions, prompting speculation about whether it might be afflicted by a rare fur-eating disease or some other anomalous condition. Have you ever seen a creature this furless? Describe your experience. Now, what do we have here? Someone captured this footage of a creature in the woods resembling a hedgehog, but with its own peculiar twist. This little enigma is black with yellow spikes on its head and a mix of white and black spikes on its back, creating a distinctive appearance. It's jumpy with fewer spikes than a hedgehog and a tad smaller in size. Just in case you're wondering what this might be, allow me to introduce you to the mysterious woodland dweller, the tenrec. These creatures, native to Madagascar and parts of Africa, belong to the Tenrecidae family and share some similarities with hedgehogs, but with their own unique characteristics. Next, you might want to hold onto your sombreros because we've got a celestial spectacle in the Mexican skies that's sparking quite the debate. In the footage, you can see a strange star-shaped object gracefully descending behind some bushes. It's the kind of sight that looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. As the footage circulates, opinions started pouring in. Some pragmatic folks suggest it might be a balloon or perhaps a drone, while others with an extraterrestrial flair throw the idea of an alien craft into the mix. But here's where it takes a turn toward the mystical. There are whispers of it being an angel. Yeah, you heard it right. An angelic being descended from the heavens. Evidence-wise, well, there's not much to go on there. But what's your take on this mysterious Mexican sky show? A mere balloon or drone, a potential UFO, or perhaps an angelic visitation? Three women with distinct appearances venture into a remote area shrouded in tall grass and enveloped by nature's embrace. The first two women sport short hair, while the third woman stands out with a long, flowing black hair that cascades gracefully down her back. Their enthusiasm and purposeful movements have given rise to speculative whispers, hinting at the possibility of them being witches, especially the woman with the long hair, who some describe as bewitching. The long dresses they wear, while traditional, don't necessarily align with this stereotypical image of witches. After all, people often dress in different ways for various reasons, and clothing alone isn't a definitive indicator of one's nature or intentions. But what do you think? Could they really be witches, or is it something else entirely? Kindly share your thoughts. The Atretochanoa acelti, also affectionately known as the penis snake. This intriguing creature was first uncovered in the depths of the Amazon rainforest in Brazil. It belongs to a unique group of legless amphibians known as caecilians. Now, what sets the Atretochanoa acelti apart is its striking cylindrical body shape, bearing a remarkable resemblance to a certain part of the male anatomy. Nature's sense of humor, right? Imagine strolling through the rainforest and encountering this unique fellow. This peculiar creature reminds us that the natural world is full of surprises and oddities. It's a testament to the diversity of life on our planet, where even a penis snake can find its niche and give us a good chuckle along the way. A woman was piloting a chopper over the coastal lands of Hawaii when all of a sudden the engine failed. The craft almost tipped over and fell. But here's where the plot takes a thrilling turn. This woman is no ordinary pilot. In a split-second decision, she engages in auto-rotation, a daring maneuver that allows her to navigate the failing chopper safely to the beach below. Talk about a close call.
Shit started coming, man. I was like, what the fuck? I bullshit you not, dude. Like, I never saw you this shit ever happened before in my life. Tell me, are they wrapping shit now?
When we say the world is getting stranger by the day, it's no joke. Take a look at this footage, for instance. A man purchased watermelon, and here's what happened. Yup, he's rinsing the watermelon, and the skin with the patterns is just peeling off as though it were a sticker. I've always thought of people who say the government was messing with our foods as conspiracy theorists, but with the kind of things I'm seeing of late, I'm tempted to believe them. Perhaps we ought to take this news and research into genetically modified food more seriously than we are. Do you guys think we need to be extra careful with our food? Has anyone encountered something like this? Kindly share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section. I'll be reading.
Shit started coming, man. I was like, what the fuck?
Instead of starting with something big today, we chose something ancient. Now that I think about it, it's also big as well. Instead of describing, allow me to show you. What do you see when you look at that? A dinosaur, right? Now, anyone who knows anything about these creatures should know that these things are extinct. Now, if they are, how come this was captured by an explorer in the mountains? No one has been able to provide answers, but the footage was checked out to make sure it was not fake. And guess what? Turns out it's very authentic. Could dinosaurs be living amongst us, or are we simply seeing the results of a secret experiment gone public? You tell us what you think. Here we have an Instagram user who embarked on a late-night adventure into the woods, and what they stumbled upon is truly perplexing. As they ventured further into the forest, their camera captured an astonishing sight. Peeking from behind a tree was a mysterious creature, its intent seemingly fixed on the adventurer. Yet as soon as it became apparent that it had been detected, the creature swiftly withdrew and retreated into the woods. Now, the individual who filmed this bizarre encounter strongly believes it to be none other than the elusive Bigfoot. But there's always room for speculation in situations like this. Was it indeed a genuine sighting of the legendary cryptid, or might there be a more earthly explanation for this mysterious creature? We'll let you decide. Under the vast expanse of the night sky, a group of onlookers were treated to an unusual celestial display. As they gazed upward, their attention was captivated by the presence of 3 radiant orbs suspended in the darkness. To add to the mystique, a 4th luminous sphere manifested itself positioned below the others. The sudden and mysterious appearance led to lots of speculation among the observers. Many thought that these glowing things might be unidentified flying objects. The line between regular space events and the chance of something from outer space happening was unclear, making the onlookers think about the mysteries hidden in the cosmic show. In a surreal moment caught on live TV, a reporter found herself at the center of a bizarre occurrence that left viewers questioning reality. As the reporter continues to speak, the man standing behind her seemingly plucks her from the scene, holding what appears to be a lifeless image. The transition from human to cardboard defies logical explanation, prompting speculation about glitches in the matrix or hidden dimensions. What are the higher-ups concealing from the public? Is this a mere technological hiccup, an elaborate prank, or perhaps an inadvertent revelation of a reality-bending secret? My money is on a prank, but I want it to be a glitch too. What do you think? Before we move on to the next video, just another reminder, if you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now. I wouldn't want to send a Bigfoot after you. And don't forget to share with your friends and family as well. Thank you very much. In the heart of the woods, with darkness almost cloaking the surroundings, a daring recorder stepped out to explore the landscape. While on this exploration, a fearless observer stumbled upon a figure so sinister it sent shivers down the spine. This spectral presence, with its pallid and grotesque visage, bore an eerie resemblance to the legendary rake, a creature straight out of nightmares. Unbeknownst to the intruder, this grotesque entity continued its unholy rites, all while the recorder's unflinching camera lens captured every blood-curdling moment. It makes you question whether those malevolent beings have lost none of their menacing aura, even as we unveil their horrors in vivid detail under the moon's eldritch glow. Just picture this scenario. You decide to set up a trail cam deep in the wilderness to capture the wondrous creatures of the wild. Your goal is to see nature's beauty in its purest form. But when you finally retrieve your device, you're in for an unsettling surprise. The motion detection camera did its job all right, but instead of capturing images of the usual animal inhabitants of the forest, it caught the enigmatic figure of a man who remains a complete mystery. This unknown individual donned a peculiar mask, adding a layer of strangeness to his presence. In his hand, he held some sort of container and seemed to be engrossed in gathering things from the ground. These images become even more unsettling when you notice that the man appears to be aware of the camera. In several frames, you can see him looking directly at the lens. This leaves us with more questions than answers. What was his motive for venturing into the woods, and why did he take an interest in your trail cam? Could it be just a curious neighbor playing a prank on the trail cam owner, or is there something ominous behind this peculiar encounter? Share your thoughts. As if we haven't had enough strange things going on, this trail camera captured this bizarre footage. There, in the dead of the night, were these huge creatures standing on a ledge. Although one might initially think they could be frogs, these creatures defy the typical proportions of amphibians. Their disturbingly human-like appearance as they crouch on the ledge creates an eerie feeling. As these beings leap off the ledge in a way that resembles frogs, the mystery deepens. Are these figures part of an elaborate prank, with humans dressing up in costumes to play on the fears of anyone who comes across the footage, or is there a chance that these entities are more than just a masquerade? But some think that these could be skinwalkers, shape-shifting creatures. The unsettling uncertainty that hangs over this trail camera footage leaves us with persistent questions in the shadows of the unexplained. What indeed is the genuine nature of these mysterious nocturnal beings? While going out one night, an adventurer's quest for the mysterious led to a chilling encounter with the unknown. In the darkness of an empty house, a spooky figure showed up, standing like a guard in the shadows. It was really big and mysterious, especially with its glowing eyes that seemed to cut through the night. The unsettling presence of this colossal silhouette gave rise to speculation. Among the interpretations circulating, some said this figure might be none other than the elusive and mythical creature known as Bigfoot. Can you imagine stumbling upon that in an abandoned place? Gives me the creeps just thinking about it. What's your take on this mysterious encounter? In the heart of an unknown area, a group of fearless men who appeared to be animal control experts stumbled upon a striking sight: a magnificent white bear. This impressive creature was making its way along a muddy trail. At first glance, the bear seemed harmless, a testament to the breathtaking beauty of its natural surroundings. However, nature can be unpredictable, and the tranquility was shattered when the bear, driven by instincts and perhaps feeling threatened, made a sudden lunge toward the men. What happened next was a testament to the courage and composure of the humans. One of the men stood his ground, his voice firm and resolute as he challenged the bear with a stern warning.
You get!
This brave confrontation caused the bear to rethink its decision, and with a reluctant retreat, it returned to the mud-covered path. This is a striking example of the unpredictable nature of wild animals. While this bear appeared cute and endearing at first, it quickly became wild and dangerous within a matter of seconds. Stepping away from ancient and reptilian things, let's take a look at this Trailcam capture. What do you think this is? Members of the team believe we may be dealing with a demon. Some state that it must be an otherworldly creature, whilst one, and I mean just one person, thinks this is an AI creation. Whatever the case, we're unable to verify. The only thing we know is that whoever posted this online has gone missing and has not been seen since. So what do you think we could be dealing with here? A similar thing happens in this footage as well. A family was taking a video with their backs turned to the camera when all of a sudden a boy in a blue shirt appeared out of nowhere and climbed the railing. Let's watch that again. Do you see that? There's no sign of him being there until he just pops out of nowhere and climbs the railing. The family, caught up in their own thing, doesn't seem to notice this unexpected addition. Is this just camera angles, or is there another case of a glitch in the matrix? Training animals to perform tricks is nothing new. We see a lot of street performers with dogs, birds, and cats. Some even train seals and dolphins to put on a good show. However, here we have someone who claims he can train insects. In this strange insect extravaganza, the man uses his hands to direct the bee, and the tiny performer follows suit. The bee rolls a flat object on the table with a precision that could rival well-trained pets, navigating a straight line without losing focus. It's a spectacle that raises eyebrows and prompts a whole new set of questions. Can insects truly be trained to perform tricks, or is this a case of clever camera work and illusion? The Amazon rainforest is home to a number of monkey species, of which the bald Yukari monkey is one. This remarkable species stands out not only for its mesmerizing appearance, but also for its incredible ability to thrive in one of the world's most challenging environments. Its distinctive features and survival tactics make the bald Yukari monkey a true mystery of the rainforest. Their adaptations for navigating the dense rainforest unravel the mysteries of their social structures, but there's also a pressing concern. The bald Yukari monkey is endangered, facing threats from habitat loss and human activities. Have you encountered this monkey species before? Tell us about your experience. In this next footage, we see a woman who appears to be filming a video. Naturally, she's the focus, but once you start paying attention, you realize that something bizarre moves right behind her. A peculiar dark figure, the likes of which you've never seen, decided to make its grand entrance. This mysterious entity seemed to be floating, not walking, not running, but floating right behind her head. Its shape was beyond peculiar, almost as if it was crafted by the rules of a different reality. What do you think that is, and how come they've never noticed something like that moving around them? Could it be a fake? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Before you watch the next clip, could you please hit the like button, subscribe, and even drop a comment if you haven't already? It goes a long way to make it possible to create more videos for you. Thank you for doing so. Moving back to the day's episode, this footage was taken in southern India. In the footage, we see a huge beam of light coming from the mountains that lights up its surroundings in a strange orange glow. The light starts on the ground and goes up into the sky. It looks nothing like an explosion or regular light, but it does bring to mind the Florida video from earlier. So what could this be? Some netizens think it could be aliens, perhaps a signal from outer space. Others wonder if it's just a natural thing like a special play of light and air that we don't yet understand. I don't want to think it's an alien signal because that's never good news, but then again, it's possible this is just another phenomenon we know nothing about. Anyway, what's your idea about what's going on in this unusual scene? A curious individual casting a line into the calm pond came across a strange occurrence. Take a look. At first, we're introduced to what looks like a square-shaped organism peacefully floating on the water's surface. Within seconds, the once solid entity undergoes a perplexing transformation. The square-shaped organism disintegrates, breaking down into a cascade of tiny balls that scatter into the water. The sudden and surreal spectacle begs the question, what could this be? Is it a natural phenomenon, a unique organism with a brief and fleeting existence, or does it suggest something more mysterious beneath the pond's surface? While I want to think those are alien ships, Julius, our geek, states that we may actually be looking at a slow-feeding mechanism for the plants. While that does sound logical, you have to agree that it's less exciting. Anyway, what do you guys think? Strange creatures or slow-dissolving food? Share your thoughts. A group of fearless construction workers, knee-deep in their sewer-related tasks, suddenly found themselves immersed in a surreal mystery. Mysterious noises echoed from the depths below, drawing their curious attention away from the mundane work at hand. Their collective courage led them to investigate the unearthly sounds, embarking on an unexpected quest to uncover the source of these bizarre auditory disturbances. As they delved deeper into the unknown, their journey took an eerie turn. What they encountered was a female anomaly, a creature that defied categorization, emerging from the murky bowels of the sewer system. With its unsettling half-emerged visage, it gazed up at the assembly of workers as though it were a cryptic message from the subterranean abyss. The video abruptly concludes, leaving viewers pondering the inexplicable that lay beneath. What could this mysterious entity be, and how did these valiant men confront the puzzling presence and encounter? These are questions we may never have answers to. Exploring the woods can lead to eerie and unsettling discoveries. This was the case for two friends who ventured into the wilderness to capture some footage. Initially, they were unaware of the bizarre presence they had inadvertently captured. Upon reviewing their images, their attention was drawn to a chilling figure hiding behind a tree. The creature had glowing eyes that pierced the darkness, and its pale, claw-like fingers were hooked around the tree, creating a nightmarish image straight from the realm of horror. What do you think this is, and why was it following them? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. In a spine-chilling video, a mysterious and formidable creature was captured at Ranko Lake. The lake, not previously known for having reptiles, became the surprising backdrop for a creature that has sparked speculations reminiscent of dinosaurs. The footage shows a creature submerged in the water, its form and movements reminding viewers of the prehistoric giants that once walked the earth. The person who recorded the video believes the creature looks a lot like a dinosaur. This unexpected encounter raises interesting questions about the existence of creatures that were long thought to be extinct. The eerie footage adds an element of mystery to Ranko Lake, inviting speculation and curiosity about what secrets might be hidden beneath its waters. And a chilling revelation captured on footage from years ago, an elderly woman's farmland became the eerie backdrop for a mysterious encounter. Suspecting that someone or something was clandestinely lurking around her property, the woman decided to record the unsettling spectacle. The video, dating back to the 90s and shrouded in the limitations of the era's technology, reveals a humanoid figure slinking surreptitiously through the landscape. According to the woman, the creature bore a reptilian visage, adding an extra layer of intrigue and fear to the already unsettling scenario. The blurry footage leaves much to the imagination, inviting speculation and raising questions about the nature of the enigmatic being that ventured onto the old woman's farmland. I want to believe this is very true, but this is from the 90s, right? How many individuals had cameras back then? Perhaps I'm just being a killjoy and a skeptic. Never mind me. In the depths of the unknown, a group of curious campers embarked on an adventure undeterred by the mysterious noises that echoed through the dark. As they ventured further into the mysterious wilderness, they were confronted by an otherworldly creature, a black entity that appeared to be a bizarre fusion of a wolf and a bear. This peculiar beast emitted strange sounds, its buccal cavity revealing a multitude of razor-sharp teeth, hinting at its predatory nature. What set this creature apart from the ordinary was its uncanny ability to shift between being on all fours and standing upright on its two hind legs, reminiscent of a human. But it was the most unsettling detail that puzzled the campers. The creature had no discernible eyes, leaving one to wonder how it navigated in the darkness. The campers may have survived this encounter, but the questions left in its wake may continue to haunt them and us. What do you think that was? Is it truly a paranormal being, or are we dealing with an actual wildlife creature no one knows about? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Late-night drives often have a tranquil quality to them, with the road ahead illuminated by the guiding light of your headlights. But for one driver, the solitude of the night was shattered by an unsettling sight captured on the dashcam. As the car cruised along the road, passing a series of road signs, something peculiar lay ahead. At first, it was just a strange object in the distance, a mere silhouette against the night. But as the vehicle drew closer, the mysterious figure became more distinct. There, on the side of the road, one could make out the figure of a being, or at least something that appeared to resemble one. It sat on the ground, legs crossed like a meditating monk, with a form that seemed human yet entirely white. A haunting, ghostly apparition seemingly caught in the act of deep contemplation. Is this a mere statue or artwork placed there? Or is there something far more unsettling at play? Share your thoughts. In a strange twist of events, someone exploring a map stumbled upon a fascinating discovery. When zooming in on a specific location, they found a peculiar sight, a room with chairs arranged in a circle. At the center of the room, there was a mysterious object floating, bathed in a strange glow coming from an opening directly above it. The identity of the floating thing remained unclear, wrapped in mystery and leading to guesses about where it came from and what it was for. The odd setup of chairs and the eerie light created a surreal atmosphere in the room, making the observer think about the hidden mysteries in this peculiar place. While on a camping trip at the Meeks Cabin Reservoir campground, some folks stumbled upon what appeared to be Bigfoot tracks. These tracks were quite clear and seemed fresh, showing distinct toes and all. Interestingly, this area has been known for various Bigfoot sightings. The person who shared the image mentioned that his sister had a run-in with a Bigfoot while camping in the same area. She was a bit shaken by the experience and chose not to share the details with anyone. What are your thoughts on these Bigfoot tracks? If you've made it this far, could you please hit the like button, subscribe, and even drop a comment if you haven't already? It goes a long way to make it possible to create more videos for you. Thank you for doing so. Moving back to the day's episode. Meet the long-wattled umbrella bird, a bird with a flair for the dramatic found in the mystical cloud forests of Ecuador and Colombia. What makes them stand out? Well, it's all about the wattle, a peculiar pendulous ornament hanging from their throats that looks just like an umbrella. The males put on quite a show with this wattle during courtship, and trust me, it's a spectacle you won't want to miss. When it comes to their diet, these birds are fruit lovers, but they'll also munch on insects. They play a crucial role in their ecosystem, helping to spread seeds and maintain the balance of nature. But there's trouble in paradise. The long-wattled umbrella bird, like many other species, is under threat. Habitat loss and fragmentation, mainly due to deforestation and human activity, are pushing them towards vulnerability. That's why conservation efforts are essential to protect their habitats and spread the word about their conservation. It's up to all of us to support these efforts and ensure that these remarkable birds continue to grace the cloud forests with their unique presence. This image right here was captured by a Trailcam. In it, you can see a huge creature with fur facing the camera lens. This creature is what the paranormal community would call a Bigfoot. But as we delve into this intriguing snapshot, I can't help but feel a lingering sense of skepticism. The image, while eerily captivating, does bear some telltale signs of a potential costume. But here's the catch. The existence of Bigfoot remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of our time. Countless sightings and accounts continue to pour in, and with the vast uncharted wilderness still to be explored, it's not beyond reason to entertain the notion that we might one day stumble upon something that defies our understanding. But until then, what do you think of this capture? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Still in Mexico, or rather on the waters of Mexico, sea voyagers bear witness to not one, but 5 water spots. These twisting tall columns of wind descend from the clouds to the water, resembling thin, spinning tubes or ropes hanging down from the heavens. They're like mini tornadoes over the water, a natural spectacle that's both fascinating and formidable. While these watery whirlwinds can be a captivating display of nature's forces, it's crucial to approach them with caution. Water spouts, unpredictable by nature, can unleash strong winds and pose a risk, especially for those on boats. A motorbike rider was cruising through a deserted area when he came across this unusual sight, a lifeless goat seated like a human leaning against a pole. Now, this certainly isn't your usual sight, so what could be happening here? Some link it to a dark connection, hinting at a possible involvement in a satanic ritual where symbolism and ritualistic acts are thought to possess mysterious powers. Others connect it to the realm of voodoo, a practice deeply rooted in various cultures that involves manipulating energies and forces. But what or who do you think could have arranged this surreal seating of the goat? Is it dark arts, a venture into the occult, or maybe a mischievous prankster with a theatrical touch? Share your thoughts in the comments. In the dead of night, two siblings found themselves peering out of their window, their eyes drawn to a strange glowing presence that defied explanation. The world outside seemed shrouded in an unsettling mystery. Just when the silence was beginning to feel deafening, a sudden ear-piercing sound tore through the darkness.
Wait, I see something. It's coming towards. What was that white thing? Look at what happened.
The source of the noise remained a faceless mystery, shrouded in the obscurity of the night. Intrigued and perhaps a bit fearful, the siblings found themselves frozen in place. However, curiosity got the better of them, and the sister, armed with a trusty black phone, decided to document whatever was transpiring beyond the window. She held her phone steady, capturing the unfolding mystery for posterity. The questions flooded their minds. What could be making that bone-chilling noise? Was it a call for help from a distressed soul, or was it merely another puzzling riddle presented by the mysterious night? The answers hidden in the shadows remain just out of reach. Now here's an intriguing Trailcam image that was shared by the official Glacier National Park account on Facebook. What makes it so captivating is their belief that they may have captured the elusive jackalope on camera. For those who aren't acquainted with folklore, the jackalope is a creature shrouded in myth and legend. It's often described as a fantastical hybrid between an antelope and a jackrabbit. The peculiar features that define this creature are the distinctive rabbit ears, an unmistakable identifier, and a pair of prominent antlers protruding from its head. The notion of such a fantastical beast roaming the wilds is a whimsical and amusing thought, and this image stirs the imagination. While most attribute the jackalope to the realm of tall tales, it doesn't stop us from daydreaming about such peculiar creatures and the mysteries they might hold. Next, we visit Florida, where individuals were greeted with an unexpected yet vibrant display in their skies. Take a look.
Look!
Yes, you're seeing right. There appears to be a bright orange light behind the clouds in the sky, and that naturally had the whole place lit orange. Here's the twist. The mysterious glowing ball in the sky isn't just hanging there. It starts moving, making everyone wonder what's going on. As it comes out from behind the clouds, it turns out to be a bright orange orb, and nobody can easily explain it. Some in the paranormal community think it's the government responsible for using their blue beam technology, but that's hard to prove on our side, even though we have our theories. What do you think about the whole thing, though? In this recent video, someone captured a peculiar light bouncing around in the night sky. Some suggest it could be an ether ship plasma energy, evoking thoughts of extraterrestrial phenomena, a mysterious craft navigating the celestial canvas. Skeptics opted for more grounded explanations. Some stated that it might be an unconventional aircraft, atmospheric anomalies, or the interplay of light reflecting off earthly objects. What's your perspective on this cosmic light display? Is it the dance of an ether ship, a celestial energy phenomenon, or is there a more earthly explanation for this captivating show in the night sky? If you think you've seen it all, just take a look at this. This creature was seen on the water's surface. An observer zoomed in to capture the moment, and you notice that this creature looks strange. Could it be a sneaky eel, smoothly moving through the water, or perhaps a dangerous sea snake gliding with deadly accuracy? Well, no one can say for sure, but Julius says it's definitely CGI generated. What do you guys think? In a calm river, something extraordinary happens. A man steps into the water and effortlessly glides for it, moving with remarkable speed and grace. Can I even call it gliding? It's almost as though he was hovering and just levitating through the water. How can this man move so smoothly through the water? It feels like driving a knife through butter. It's like he's being pushed by an invisible force, effortlessly cutting through the water with each graceful movement. Is he some kind of hybrid creature, part human, part fish, a mix of two creatures? Who knows? Antarctica has been the center of many conspiracy theories, with people speculating about hidden secrets. In this clip, a brave explorer with a metal detector stumbled upon a mystery hidden beneath the frozen surface. The signals from the detector led him and his team to a massive head tucked away in the ice, a sight that was both extraordinary and puzzling. The frozen face showed features that looked like those of a living being, eyes that once saw a world unknown, a nose crafted by nature, and a wide open mouth revealing a vibrant orange tongue frozen in time. The meaning behind this discovery and how it's linked to the metal detector's guidance is still a puzzle, making Antarctica's secrets even more intriguing. In a creepy incident caught on a home security camera, homeowners discovered an eerie and mysterious presence. The footage showed a strange pale creature on the ground, contorting itself in a way that resembled a human but bent backwards unnaturally, moving on both hands and legs. The spooky scene left the homeowners, and surely anyone who saw the video, feeling uneasy. The mysterious creature and its strange movements raised questions about where it came from and what it was up to, adding an unsettling air of mystery to the incident. The feeling of not knowing hangs over the footage, making viewers try to make sense of the strange encounter caught by the watchful home security system. Just take a look at this. It's a waterfall of fire cascading down the mountain, creating a mesmerizing scene before my eyes.
It just won't stop.
This is the legendary Yosemite Firefall, a spectacle that occurs every year from mid to late February when the sunset hits Yosemite's Horsetail Fall at a particular angle, giving it the illusion of a molten lava-like stream of fire. The contrast between the bright orange and red hues of the firefall and the dark, rugged landscape of the mountain creates an awe-inspiring vision that's hard to replicate. The Yosemite Firefall is a phenomenon that has been captivating people's imaginations for decades. It's a rare occurrence, and it lasts only for a short period, making it all the more special. It's a remarkable reminder of how nature can be both beautiful and powerful, and it's an unforgettable experience for anyone lucky enough to have witnessed it. If the devil were to walk among us, perhaps this is the form he would take. This chilling encounter was reported by someone who stumbled upon this enigmatic being perched on a hill in the dead of night. With its back turned to the camera, the creature's silhouette reveals a pair of ominous wings unfurling from its back and a horn-like projection. While it's reminiscent of the gargoyle, this entity appears larger and more human-like, evoking an unsettling aura of malevolence. Could this truly be the devil manifesting in our midst, or is there another explanation for this unearthly presence? During a late-night drive, a group of guys decided to take a shortcut through the woods. However, things took a spooky turn when they encountered a strange creature emerging from the trees. The creature had tangled dark fur and looked both ugly and enormous. As soon as they saw it, they quickly put the car in reverse and drove away. Once the footage surfaced online, people had different explanations. Some thought it might be a bear with mange disease because its fur seemed off. On the other hand, the guys who experienced it believed they came face to face with a werewolf. We don't know for sure what the creature could be, but I'm pretty sure these guys won't be taking any more shortcuts through the woods after this encounter. In a heartwarming and somewhat perplexing video, a man was seen casually sitting on a log in the woods right next to a bear. The astonishing part? The bear appeared remarkably calm and unbothered by the man's presence, even allowing him to lean on it. The chemistry between the man and bear suggests a level of familiarity and comfort that defies the typical expectations of human-wildlife interactions. Speculation arises, with some suggesting that the man might have raised the bear from a young age, fostering a unique bond between them. Yet at the back of our minds, a lasting curiosity remains. What could happen if the bear's wild instincts were to suddenly emerge? A couple were enjoying a peaceful camping trip in the forest until they discovered a strange print on the car window. Upon closer inspection, they realized it was a handprint that looked greasy and emitted an unpleasant odor. Initially, the man thought that his girlfriend was playing a prank on him, but she insisted that she had nothing to do with it.
I swear to God, I'm not with you. That is what me up right there.
The handprint was slightly larger than that of a human and had distinctive features that resembled those of an animal, specifically a primate. It was a puzzling sight, and they couldn't help but wonder which animal could have left such a mark. Could it be a monkey, an ape, a gorilla, the legendary Bigfoot, or the famed and even more elusive Dogman? They carefully examined the print, trying to discern any clues that could help them solve this mystery. I have my own theories too, but today I want to hear yours. What do you think could have left such a mark? After a tsunami hit Japan, this creature was found washed up on the shores. It looks like a jellyfish without its tentacles. It was pinkish, and when someone used a stick to turn it over, they found the opening and its surface were sticky. As if this was not weird enough, someone decides to pour a bottle of Coke over this mysterious being, and to everyone's amazement, it reacts by shooting out white fluids. So what in the world could this strange creature possibly be? Is it a denizen of the deep, or perhaps it's an entirely new species previously unknown to science until this very moment? UAPs, UFOs, and aliens have become topics that have made their way into mainstream media in recent times. Although there hasn't been any evidence to prove their existence and authenticity, there is a class of people who believe they're real. Now take a look at this footage, for instance. There is what looks like a cloaked craft in the sky, and you can even see the silhouette of someone walking inside. Sometimes light can play tricks on your eyes, so some believe that this is just Fate Morgana, a trick of the light. However, there are some who are convinced that we're looking at a genuine cloaked UAP in the sky. What do you think? Watch this footage closely and tell me where the man in the pink shirt came from. Take a look at the footage again. A man in a pink shirt seemingly materializes out of thin air in front of a woman in a costume. He appears to be filming her, and what's more perplexing, neither the woman nor the people around seem to notice his sudden appearance. Is this a glitch in the Matrix, a momentary rift in the fabric of reality where someone crosses over from the unseen? Share your thoughts. This next video could potentially offend some paranormal enthusiasts, but it does make some valid points. It features suspected Bigfoot footage that was released and debunked by a man. The creature in the footage looks strange and was reported to be a Bigfoot, but it looks nothing like your typical Bigfoot. The man used some sort of facial comparison technique to analyze the creature's facial features and proportions. The results showed that they didn't match those of a Bigfoot. Another thing that stood out was the way the creature blinked. It looked totally unnatural and not at all like how primates move their eyelids. The man concluded that the creature in the footage was animatronic, but that doesn't necessarily mean that every Bigfoot sighting is fake. Or, well, what do you think? So we received another perplexing footage. Take a look at it yourself. What do you see when you look at this? Well, the individual who sent this in believes he's captured none other than the legendary T-Rex. As much as I love dinosaurs, there's no way that's a T-Rex. Even if we can get over the size difference and how unstriking the supposed resemblance is, you have to agree that the movement is not one you would associate with a T-Rex. But then again, you see the clip too, don't you? What do you make of it?
It literally just happened. There are so many police here now. It's crazy. So these two cars, and they found some of the landing gear over there. They think it was a United 777.
In this parking lot, something fell from the sky, landing on the back of a car and totally crushing its roof. And look at the fence behind as well. It looks bent backwards. Some people said that it was the landing gear of a plane that fell down, but there's no indication of the said object on the scene of the incident. Looking at the condition of the car and the fence, the impact needed to cause this much damage is very huge. Luckily, there was no one in the car and no one was hurt. But still, how did the landing gear just fall off? Now, whenever we leave our homes, we should not only watch out for bad guys and aliens, but also look up in case a landing gear is just heading for our heads. This is definitely too weird to be a coincidence. Someone spotted these two strange white cats looking at him while he was filming. One was sitting behind the other, its head right above the one in front of it. Both were staring so intently at the camera, which he found odd and strange. Not long after, another white cat, identical to the two, came and sat in front of the two with its head positioned beneath the one behind it. All three cats just sitting and watching the camera with an eerie look in strange alignment. What do you think could be going on here? Is it just a coincidence that three white cats decided to ogle a person, or is there something else behind this incident? Perhaps a glitch in the Matrix or some sort of omen. This image was taken in North Queensland, Australia. According to the witness, while walking through the bush, he spotted a strange-looking creature standing silently in the bushes staring back at him. He described the creature as not very big, but smaller than a human and covered in dark fur. The witness had never seen anything like it before. Fortunately, he was able to quickly snap a picture before the creature took off. The image is now being examined by experts to determine what the creature could be. While it's uncertain, some have speculated that it could be an Australian yowie, a mythical creature similar to Bigfoot that's said to haunt the Australian wilderness. Others believe it could be a previously unknown species of animal. At this point, no one knows for sure what the creature in the image is, but what do you think though? A yowie or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments section. What do you think this is? The individual who sent it believed he'd run into a creature of the night, but after careful scrutiny... Wait, actually, no, there was no careful scrutiny here, just scrutiny. So after some scrutiny by me, I realized it was nothing but an owl. I mean, you guys can see it too, right? Wouldn't it have been funny if I made a whole section about a monster that was nothing more than an owl? Curiosity often leads us to unexpected discoveries, and for this man, a seemingly ordinary pit turned into a portal to the unknown. As he peered into its depths, the revelation was both perplexing and intriguing. Instead of the expected darkness, a series of stairs unfolded, leading into an underground realm illuminated by mysterious lights. The man wisely hesitates, deciding not to descend into the unknown depths, but the question lingers. What lies beyond those dimly lit stairs? Is it a clandestine facility, a secret society's meeting place, or just a forgotten storage space with a quirky lighting setup? Is the government hiding something from us? Like the Antarctic conspiracies, there are stories about the government already having contact with extraterrestrial beings that might be proof. This guy took euro and dollar bills and put them under a microscope, and what he discovered was quite strange. Hidden from the human eyes were drawings of alien-looking creatures and flying saucers. This revelation sparked conspiracy theories suggesting secret government contact with extraterrestrial beings. The covert presence of such images on currency raises questions about the hidden motives of those in power. Why embed depictions of extraterrestrial beings and UFOs into the very fabric of our financial system? Could it be a discreet acknowledgement of dealings with otherworldly forces, or perhaps a subtle nod to the enduring mysteries that surround us? Anyone with a $100 bill to confirm this, by the way? Take a look at what this underwater camera captured. It's not just the lights falling from the intriguing sky, there's something massive lurking beneath the surface. This creature captured on the camera isn't your typical whale or shark. It bears a striking resemblance to prehistoric fish. It's as if a creature from the depths of time has resurfaced, adding another layer of mystery to the already perplexing events unfolding before us. What do you make of this unexpected discovery? Now, what do we have here? A fisherman went to sea, and among the usual catch, he found this translucent, insect-like creature wriggling in his net. Its strange appearance captivates those who see it, sparking curiosity and speculation. What could this creature be, and where did it come from? Some suggest it might be an extraterrestrial visitor from distant planets. Others propose it could be a new species yet to be identified. You have seen it too now, so what do you think? In the night sky, someone came across a celestial show that couldn't be easily explained. At first, the shiny dots in the sky seemed like regular stars. However, they started moving together in a way that didn't match the usual patterns of planes. These mysterious lights got people guessing, making the observer think that what they were seeing might not be something from Earth, but possibly an unidentified flying object. The unique arrangement and synchronized movement of the lights made this flying mystery quite different from ordinary things in the sky. Are we witnessing extraterrestrial visitors, or is there some secret human tech that we don't know of? Picture this. It was a regular night, nothing out of the ordinary, but then strange noises started to fill the air. This is the story of our brave explorer who decided to go on a quest to uncover the source of the eerie sounds he'd been hearing. And what did he stumble upon? Well, brace yourselves. A mysterious being straight out of a sci-fi movie casually sauntered by. This creature was like something from another world. A pale, greenish body, a head that could rival even the biggest of pumpkins, and a ghostly aura that sent shivers down your spine. So folks, the million-dollar question, what in the galaxy do you think that could be? Many stories have circulated about people who have allegedly captured footage of skinwalkers, but this particular video is especially intriguing. It shows a skinwalker during a transformation. The incident took place in the Skinwalker Ranch, where the person was walking through a deserted area when they stumbled upon a strange-looking creature perched on the rocks. At first glance, it seemed like a crouched human, but as the person kept filming, they noticed that the creature was transforming into a cat-like being. The transformation appeared to start from the feet and move up to the head. As the creature continued to transform, it became more apparent that this was a dark-colored panther. Once the transformation was complete, the panther jumped over the rocks and walked off into the wilderness. It was an eerie sight to behold, and the person recording the video was visibly shaken by the experience. This type of behavior is typical of skinwalkers, which are believed to be shapeshifters who can transform into any animal they desire. What are your thoughts on this intriguing and mysterious encounter? Another day, another UFO sighting, but this time with a twist. Witnesses report an unconventional craft hovering in the sky resembling an acorn. While saucers and octopus-shaped UFOs often dominate the reports, this sighting introduces a new and intriguing variation to the mix. The peculiar shape of the craft sparks a wave of speculation and intrigue among enthusiasts and skeptics alike. Could this unconventional design hint at a new wave of extraterrestrial technology, or is there a more earthly explanation waiting to be uncovered? Julius calls it fake, but what do you guys also think? Still on floating objects, this strange object was found floating in the sky in France, Paris to be specific. It's a vertical black rectangle.
Tu filmes là?
As theory started swirling, some believe it could be the crafty work of artificial intelligence, a digital apparition painted onto the sky. Others with eyes to the extraterrestrial entertain the notion that it might be something alien, perhaps a cosmic visitor making a statement. What's your take on this avant-garde Parisian spectacle? A creation of AI artistry, or a sign of something beyond our earthly comprehension? If you haven't already hit the like button, subscribed, or even dropped a comment so far, could you please do so now? It goes a long way to help us make more of these videos for you. Thank you so much. Now back to today's episode. Take a journey into the heart of the city, deep underground, where a network of ossuaries hold the remains of around 6 to 7 million people. The footage shows an eerie scene of human skeletons arranged in a meticulous pattern. Back in the 18th century, these catacombs were made to keep the remains of the dead because there was not enough space for burial grounds. The bones of millions were carefully moved underground, creating a surreal space where the deceased could rest in a new way. Is this a place you'd visit? I don't know about you, but I doubt I can bring myself to do this. Some even speculate that it was not a burial place, but a place where large-scale murders were carried out. What do you think, though? On the shores of an unknown location, this massive creature was discovered, and it looked quite peculiar. Its skin was covered with a thick layer of dust, which made it even more difficult to identify the exact species. The creature appeared to be deceased, and its eyes were bulging out, which was quite a disturbing sight. The size of the creature was enormous, which made it even more intriguing to examine. It's still unclear whether it's a new species of fish or an unknown creature that's been living in the depths of the sea. Further analysis and research are required to determine its exact origin and species, but what do you think it is? During this gathering, a small and unusual creature was present, unbeknownst to most of the attendees. The creature had striking animalistic features, particularly noticeable in its ears and face, which stood out from the typical appearance of cats or dogs. It was not a common pet, nor did it resemble a rag. A young girl who stumbled upon the creature identified it as a duende, a mythical creature from Latin American folklore. Despite the excitement surrounding the gathering, the creature remained unperturbed, sitting silently and calmly, observing the contestants as they prepared to swim. What do you think it was doing there? What would you have done if you were the one who'd noticed it? Let us know in the comments section.
This is the track we're talking about here.
Locals in a quiet rural area stumble upon a giant footprint in the mud, and it's no ordinary print. This footprint, etched in the earth, reveals the distinct features of a Bigfoot track, massive in size with toes clearly imprinted in the mud.
Yeah, we was noticing the the toenail marks on here, as you can see in the camera here. Yeah, right in that area right there.
Could this be evidence of the elusive Bigfoot roaming the rural landscape, leaving its mark in the mud? Some do think so, but what do you think? Would you look at that? On a talk show, the world's tallest man, Cozen, and the smallest woman, Amj, were the guests.
How are you?
Sultan Cozen from Turkey is the Guinness World Record holder for being the tallest living man. He owes his towering height to acromegaly, a condition caused by the excessive production of growth hormones. And then there is Jyoti Amj from India, who holds the record for the smallest woman. Her petite stature is due to a type of primordial dwarfism, a condition marked by significantly smaller size. Just look at the height difference. I mean, this is incredible. They make the most of their conditions. Hopefully, this steers the disability conversation toward a positive light. This video of a mysterious craft flying over Miami has caused some confusion and controversy. The footage was captured by an eyewitness who believed they had witnessed an unidentified flying object. However, others soon came forward to suggest that the craft in question was a military stealth bomber. It's not hard to see why the eyewitness might have been confused. The craft in question is sleek and black and moves with remarkable speed and agility. It's the kind of vehicle that looks like it could come from another planet. However, closer inspection reveals that it's a military aircraft. Despite the clarification, the sighting has caused some concern among locals. Miami has been on edge since an alleged alien sighting a few months ago, and many people are worried that this latest sighting might be evidence of a more sinister phenomenon. What do you think?
It was like using the force on a cursor.
Now let's talk about scientific interventions. Meet the first patient to undergo the groundbreaking Starlink brain transplant, a procedure that seems to be yielding promising results thus far.
Playing chess, and so this is one of the things that y'all have enabled me to do, something that I wasn't able to really do much the last few years, especially not like this.
Reports indicate that the patient's cognitive abilities have shown marked improvement, as evidenced by his adeptness at playing chess on the computer, an accomplishment he previously struggled to achieve. This early success raises intriguing questions about the potential enhancements in intelligence and cognitive function that may accompany the completion of the procedure. What do you think about the whole thing, and would you get one if you had the chance to?
Perfect. I would say that we have run into some issues. I don't want people to think that it is like this is the end of the journey. There's still a lot of work to be done, but it has already changed my life.
Millions of fish are washing up on the shores of Hakodate, Japan, and people are getting worried. Quite recently, there was news about releasing radioactive waste from a nuclear power plant in Japan into the ocean. This has led people speculating and wondering if there is any connection between this and the release of radioactive waste. There are some groups of people who hold a more religious explanation for this fish situation. They believe that this might be a sign of the end of times, as per prophecies in their religions. What do you think? While driving through a deserted land in the middle of nowhere at night, a man came across this, a burning humanoid figure coming from the shadows walking along the path. As if the scene wasn't eerie enough, local stories add another layer to this mystery. People in the area tell tales of a flaming witch. By that, I mean a ghostly figure known to roam the land covered in flames. But those aren't real, right? Or are they? Well, you've seen the footage yourselves. Please share your thoughts and experiences, if any. I'm particularly interested in the experience, or this one. An observer from a distance saw a group of bulls dashing in front of the woodlands in Alberta, Canada. While watching the herd, the observer noticed something else walking by. As they looked closer, they realized that it was a massive, furry creature with broad shoulders and a coned head. The creature's size and description fit the description of a Bigfoot, a legendary ape-like creature that's believed to inhabit remote forests and mountainous regions across North America. This video footage of UFOs flying over the surface of the moon was captured via telescope on Earth. The video shows multiple unidentified flying objects appearing to fly in formation over the moon's surface. All the objects have different shapes and sizes which don't match the tech that we have here on Earth. This has sparked a lot of debate among people who are interested in extraterrestrial life. Some people believe that these objects are proof of the existence of aliens on the moon, while skeptics believe that they are simply satellites or debris in space. There have been age-old conspiracies about the existence of aliens on the moon, and this video has reignited discussions about them. Some people have suggested that there might be a secret base on the moon that's being used by aliens, while others think that these objects might be evidence of secret government operations. They may be simply debris or satellites, but it's also possible that there's something else entirely. What do you think? I know you're waiting for the next clip, but my new friend Bigfoot asked me to ask you if you have liked and subscribed, and if you haven't, please do so now. Thank you. Check this out. A guy's normal drive turns into a surprise after he stops at a red light. A little creature, about 2 feet tall, zooms across the street super fast. At first, you might think it's just a stray animal common in cities, but a closer look at the video and you'll see that the creature appears to be walking on 2 legs, so definitely not your regular 4-legged animal. Now the big question is, what is this 2-legged thing? My mind naturally thought of a tiny monkey, but the uploader says there's none in the area. He suspects it's a paranormal creature, and given the circumstances, well, you can't fault him for thinking that way. But do tell me, what do you see when you look at the creature? And what do you think it was doing out there at that time of night? Now, what do we have here? This strange creature was found floating in the sea by some fisher folks. Despite their experience at sea, they claim that they've never seen anything like this. It had 2 humanoid heads and the rest of its body looked like it was made of tentacles. But then again, it looked nothing like an octopus. Naturally, they uploaded this online and it spread like wildfire since. Some think we might be dealing with a sea monster with 2 heads, whilst some are wondering if it's a sea monster we're yet to document. Julius believes there must be a logical explanation to this, whilst Aaron thinks it's a sign we have been judged by the sea gods. What's your take on this? I'm not entirely certain if this is a glitch in the Matrix or some sort of meteor shower gone awry. Those peculiar lights descending from the sky and plunging into the river are certainly out of the ordinary. While some speculate that it might be fireworks cascading into the water, we can't be entirely certain of that explanation. There's an eerie quality to the event that leaves room for doubt. What's your take on it? This video was recorded on February the 4th, 2024 from a passenger plane flying at 30,000 feet. While filming, the camera captured a peculiar object hidden among the clouds beneath the plane. The craft was not immediately visible as it did not resemble your typical aircraft or any other known object for that matter. It's unclear why the craft was hidden among the clouds, and this raises many questions about its origin and purpose. Could it be some sort of experimental aircraft or perhaps a hidden military vehicle? Alternatively, some have suggested that it could be a case of pareidolia, the tendency for the human brain to perceive patterns and shapes where none exist. Regardless of its true nature, this strange sighting has sparked a great deal of curiosity and speculation among those who've seen the footage. Many are eager to learn more about the craft and what it could mean for the future of aviation and space travel.
This is crazy. I heard it. I heard it. I hear it. Oh my God.
This man was out at sea when, late at night, he began hearing strange sounds coming from the ocean, an eerie, loud, scream-like shriek that cut through the stillness of the night. He believes it might be a siren calling to him, a belief shared by many others. The sound echoed across the water, unlike anything he had ever heard before, an almost human-like wail that seemed to emanate from the depths of the ocean. Sirens, part of maritime folklore for centuries, are said to lure sailors to their doom with their haunting songs. These mythical beings are often depicted as both beautiful and deadly, using their voices to enchant and ensnare unsuspecting sailors. What do you think could be causing these strange sounds? Could it be a siren, or maybe there is a more scientific explanation?
That's crazy.
We're gonna investigate it, but there's definitely something out there that does not sound like wildlife I've ever heard. So,
A policeman was out to patrol an area by the woods after residents complained about a strange noise coming from the forest. The noises were cries that didn't match any known creature, echoing through the night and unsettling the community. Some residents, however, stated that the area was known for dogman sightings. This creature, described as a large bipedal canine with a muscular build and human-like characteristics, had reportedly been seen in these woods for years. As the policeman ventured deeper into the woods, he heard the eerie cries growing louder. The policeman did not get out of his car to take a look into the woods. He only drove by the woodlands, making sure that whatever was there was not getting to the residents. You can hear the haunting sounds in the backgrounds of the video. This is definitely not a small creature.
we're gonna investigate it, but there's definitely something out there that does not sound like wildlife I've ever heard. So,
Next, we have this massive pale-colored creature emerge from the water, resembling a giant tongue as it wriggles with an eerie grace. But here's the kicker. This peculiar entity is devoid of any discernible features. No eyes, no nose, just a smooth, featureless surface undulating in the currents. Now, what could this mysterious phenomenon possibly be? Is it a previously undiscovered sea creature lurking in the depths and defying all attempts at classification? Or could it be a relic of some ancient, otherworldly entity emerging to confound and astonish unsuspecting observers? The possibilities are as vast as the ocean itself, leaving us to wonder and speculate about the secrets that lie beneath the waves. During the winter of 2018, a hiker was taking a leisurely walk through the snow-covered terrain of Oklahoma when he stumbled upon a strange and unusual footprint. Upon closer examination, the hiker realized that it was not a footprint of a regular animal, but had 3 distinct clawed toes and an upper part of the foot that was wider than the lower part. The hiker took a picture of the print with his foot beside it to show the stark difference in size. It was clear that this print was much larger than a regular animal's, leading to the assumption that it was made by a big animal. But what animal exactly could it be? After sharing the picture online, some suggested that it could be the footprint of a dogman, a cryptid creature that is said to have the characteristics of both a human and a canine. While there's no concrete evidence to support this theory, the strange characteristics of the footprint have certainly piqued the curiosity of many. What do you think about this intriguing discovery? Someone captured our next clip one night, and what they saw was nothing short of mesmerizing. Take a look. You saw it too, right? A blue light fell from the sky and illuminated the darkness around it. It moved with a graceful descent, casting an eerie glow that contrasted starkly with the surrounding night. The light seemed to pulse gently, creating an almost otherworldly aura as it fell. Blue lights in the sky have often been associated with UFO sightings, and looking at this, it's no different. The way the light appeared in the atmosphere almost made it feel as though it were going through a portal or something similar. Once it showed up in the sky, it didn't stay there. No, it zoomed toward the Earth as though it were late for an appointment. Now, natural lights or lighting objects don't behave like this, and neither do any human crafts that we know of. The only sane hypothesis we can give to this is that it's alien or extraterrestrial. Either that or this clip is fake, but what do you think? How'd you feel about ghosts, especially those that appear at the place where they died? There have been countless images and sightings of strange ghostly figures at accident scenes, often seen by passers-by. In many of these images, people have spotted shadowy figures standing or lingering near the site. Just look at this. It's clearly not human. In one particularly eerie case, a figure was even seen floating above the wreckage. Now this raises the question. Are these the spirits of the deceased, perhaps trapped or tethered to the place where they met their end? Or could it be something more sinister, like the Grim Reaper himself coming to claim a lost soul? What are your thoughts? Human trafficking is one of the most distressing issues of our time, and despite years of awareness campaigns and efforts to stop it, the problem continues to grow alarmingly. Every year, millions of children and adults are trafficked worldwide, pulled into horrifying networks that are widespread as they're difficult to dismantle. While some operations are uncovered and stopped, the trafficking networks operate with frightening efficiency, spreading like an unstoppable disease. In certain impoverished regions, the situation is even more heart-wrenching. Parents, driven by desperation, may sell their children in exchange for money or material goods they could never otherwise afford. This tragic reality is especially prevalent in some communities across Africa, India, and other economically disadvantaged areas. What's even more concerning is the role of developed nations like America, which remains one of the largest consumers of trafficking operations. The demand fuels the supply, perpetuating this cycle of exploitation and despair. One harrowing example involves a man who, while driving home, noticed a suspicious van in front of him. His instincts told him something wasn't right, so he followed the vehicle at a safe distance and called the police. When authorities arrived and inspected the van, they made a grim discovery: people being trafficked inside. Traffickers often rely on ordinary citizens ignoring suspicious activities, and it's up to all of us to remain aware, report unusual behavior, and educate ourselves about the signs of human trafficking. Together, we can take small but impactful steps towards eradicating this inhumane practice. And with that, we end today's episode. Thanks for staying with us. Before you go, are there clips and videos you think we should have featured by now that we haven't? Well, the good news is you can share them with us and we'll post them crediting you. Please send any such footage, including ones you recorded yourself, to us via classifiedcaptures@gmail.com. We'll do our thing and include it in our next episode. We can't wait to receive what you have. Share this video with someone you love, and I will see you in the next one.